morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I said we were going to work on getting your head clear for the day and get focused. Let's talk about any residue or anything that you left behind yesterday that you need to clean up. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, sexually. If there's anything that you need to apologize for so you don't carry that baggage over today so you could start your day fresh, I suggest you do that first thing in the morning. Okay, I'm going to talk about sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everyone around you but yourself, distractions everywhere. Then you do nothing but have excuses. Gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain. In a relationship with a man or a woman, abusing each other mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, or emotionally. Today, I'm going to talk about denial and blaming, and how much the power, really talk about the power of denial and what human beings do outside. When you hear people say, oh, the world around me is so crazy. I hate this person. I hate that person. Wherever you go, remember, wherever you go with you. That's the world you create. Let's start with that. And denial, the denial starts at home when you shut the door and nobody's watching. I do courses for attorneys. And one of the questions I do courses for stress management and substance abuse. They have to do ethics. And the question about denial, I say, this is when you know when you're in denial, when you come home and you say, hi, honey, how was your day? But you consciously leave out that affair that you had at lunchtime, or those martinis you drank at lunchtime, or that half a cake you ate for lunch at lunchtime, or that gambling you did at lunchtime. I mean, the thing goes on. The porn you were doing at lunchtime, the list just goes on and on and on, that you consciously leave that sentence out. That is how denial starts. And then it progressively gets worse, like with the gambler. Oh, I only used $5, then $10. And, oh, I only had one affair. I was denied sex last night. There goes the denial. And, oh, I was just looking at a few pictures. Next thing you know, all day long, you're whacking off. It just starts out real slow. Well, all that time that you're playing and blaming and doing, going home and not being able to admit to your sickness, your illness, I want to tell you something. And this is a fact. It's a black and white fact. This is why I talk about nipping things as you start to see them, because when it progressively gets worse, we become monsters together when we shut that door. And it always starts out real innocently, real small, real quiet, real subtle. And before you know it, you are on your hands and knees on the ground and nowhere to go. You've lost everybody. And it doesn't take long to lose everything. It doesn't, and nobody cares. Only you can care. Of course our parents want us to do well. Of course people will be our cheerleaders. But in the end, it's our job to do the work. When Joe went away and I was lying in my blood, I created that. I created all that bullshit with my husband. We did all that. I had a friend that wanted to bail my husband out. I said, no. He needs to go to prison. We were in the wrong. This is a gift. It's an opportunity for us to clean up our mess. That's how I'm able to learn about all this information, by digging in, diving in, finding out why. I wanted to know why I did what I did. You need to ask yourself why you are doing what you're doing. It's time to face the issues of your relationship, of your job, whatever it is you're not doing for yourself, and you're blaming the world all around you, how horrible the world is. That world is your world that you create. Has nothing to do with everybody around this crazy world, because that's something we will never ever be able to control. But what we can control is our own world, and that is your job. And that's where the major starting of living an extraordinary life is when you look in that mirror and no longer blame and say, okay, what is it that I need to do? And admit that you're this, admit that you're that. Without the admitting and getting help for it, you're going to stay in that hell for the rest of your life. That is a black and white fact. And remember, it's a decision. And remember, to create your life in harmony and to have that balance and that love and that peace, you got to go through this dark cycle to get to the light. And I want to tell you, it is so worth it, and so are you. You no longer have to abuse yourself. It is a decision from your head to your heart. All right, let's talk about balance. Not too much of anything. Our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you get in return. The goal for all of us is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long until it's as natural as going to the bathroom, or else you get backed up. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. People say, I want to help be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part, no exceptions. The answers lie inside of you. Hey, smooth talkers, your words mean nothing. Your actions say everything. I'm going to read a beautiful saying, a spiritual saying from Michael Singer. Okay. Spirituality. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. Eventually, you realize that you cannot actually hurt when you go beyond your psychological limits. If you are willing to just stand at the edge and keep walking, you will go beyond. You used to pull back when it got uncomfortable. Now you relax and go past that point. That is all it takes when you say, I'm going beyond. Go beyond where you were a minute ago by handling what's happening to you now. Whatever it is, if you need to say no, if you need to stop people pleasing, if you need to put down the food, whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable, you can go beyond. Imagine the peace that you can experience if you weren't constantly creating and defending your false self. Write about that. Get excited about that. Get excited to break through the wall. All right, I want to read a discipline is the freedom. An undisciplined mind is like an elephant. If it's left to blunder around out, if it's left to blunder around out of control, it will wreak havoc. There's one more thing I want to read on spirituality that is beautiful. The spiritual journey is one of constant transformation. To grow, you must give up the struggle and remain the same, and learn to embrace it as times you must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. I love that. I think that is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to read a part in my book. All right. Okay. It's a very short little, it's just a message on page 30. It's just a positive message. Action is the key to all success. Create a good game plan along the way. Persistent consistency and belief. Okay, let's talk about the power of faith. My first year, those of you that are just beginning, the first year is always the hardest when you are letting go of the biggest monster in your life. That's going to be your biggest challenge. But after that, it gets easier and easier. But if you have the right support system, if you have the right people in your life, it's a one day at a time program. All we really do have is today. If you take care of today, you don't have to worry about tomorrow. If you don't take care of today, tomorrow is going to be hell. So the importance of having faith, writing down all the things you want to accomplish once you're completely cleaned up in the life that you want to live. Get excited about that. Dream about that. And the persistency, the consistency. Remember, you're going to have breakdowns. You want the breakdowns to have the breakthroughs. They go hand in hand. It's important to have both. You can't just have one without the other. Create a strong, in your home, like a safe place for you to go to when you're really down, to lift yourself. Use your tools. Pick up the phone, call people, reach out. Do not isolate. Isolation is the worst thing for you. And remember, I was talking about an undisciplined mind. Read positive things. Get books of what other people did, how they have fortitude, how they have perseverance, how they had their faith that got them to the other side from the darkness to go into the light. It is profound. And once you do this, just trust me on this, once you do this big hurdle of the biggest thing that you have to conquer, everything else is going to be a piece of cake. You're going to have the tools. You're going to have the information. No child, no partner, nobody in your life will ever, no thing, no addiction will ever be able to take you down again. If you just conquer this one thing and trust what I'm saying, it just gets easier and easier and easier. And you look in that mirror and you can say, I love you. You are beautiful. You are great. You are extraordinary. You are worth having an amazing life. And you won't give a hoot and care about what anybody says about you. They could call you a purple pig and you can just say, thank you for sharing. And that's the beautiful gift of living that extraordinary life, having the challenges and breaking through the walls and doing the next right thing. Now I'm going to talk about, we're going to read on our check-off list here. Work on one thing at a time. Eventually it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. Do something for 30 days and then change it to another thing that's challenging you. Within 12 months, you're going to have the most positive year. You're looking at mirror and you say, wow, I don't even recognize who you are. So far, I'm doing well on my program and feeling better each day, and being able to walk away and aware with that disciplined mind, not that undisciplined mind, and knowing that what I'm doing to myself is loving myself even more. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie inside each and every one of us. We need to be a priority to ourselves. The rest will follow. Everything we do is a practice and a discipline to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I am in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it is time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. It's always about fear, and the funny thing is you have nothing to fear. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I am willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day you don't want to do to have a successful day. Trust the process. Those 2 things are always getting up early. I did that this morning to do my podcast and to be here for you. And doing my workout. Once I do my workout, I feel fabulous, and keeping my food clean. That is a job in itself also. I have to include that. We can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. The greatest gift you can give yourself. You are worth it. If you want to email me, reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com or leave your number. I will call you if you want to do workshops or buy bulks of books for gifts or for groups. I'll teach you how to do the workshops. They are so much fun. If you want to learn about my services, lifeinharmonyonline.com, and leave me a number. I can reach out to you, go over anything it is that you want to talk about or whatever service you need. And remember, I'm doing the podcast 5 days a week. Please tell everybody you love and respect. Explain to them how to hit subscribe or send the podcast to them. A lot of them can't find it. Send it to them and have them start with the introduction, podcast number 1, podcast number 2. Please have them do it in order. In this way, they can understand it and start receiving it the way it should be. And remember, I want you to have an unwanted day today. And thank you for listening.